Hey guys, here we are for day 2 of Holy Week. And just to do a quick recap, Sunday we had Jesus coming in during the triumphal entry, riding a donkey. Everybody was excited. They were laying down palm branches, celebrating this king. Monday, Jesus comes into the town and into the temple, and he creates a whip. He's flipping tables. They're using it to rip people off and make money and profit instead of a house of prayer. But now we pick up where yesterday. And so today, Tuesday, almost 2,000 years ago, the disciples are walking with Jesus. They're leaving Bethany, kind of heading towards Jerusalem. And all of a sudden, Peter's like, wait a second, you see that? No, right there on the side of the road. You read it right here in Mark chapter 11, that Peter says, Rabbi, look, that fig tree which you cursed yesterday, it's withered away. Dead. Gone. And Jesus took that moment of his disciples noticing what had happened. He taught them about faith. And basically he tells them real faith isn't just talk. It's trust in God that actually believes that he can move, he can work, and do the impossible. Not fake, not surface level belief, but real, active faith. And so as they finish up that lesson, they're on their way into the temple. And this is where things get a little intense again. You're going to notice throughout this week that every time Jesus comes into the town of Jerusalem, into the temple, into kind of the space of these religious leaders, it gets pretty touchy. And there's a lot of back and forth going on. And so the religious leaders, as soon as he comes in and Jesus is kind of talking and teaching, they start challenging him. And they're questioning him, trying to trap him. And ultimately, this is their goal. They want to discredit Jesus, remove his influence, and then completely remove him by any means necessary. Every time they come to Jesus and they're questioning him and they're digging like, oh, we've got him this time, we're going to stump him. Jesus just flips it. And he answers with this wisdom that they can't argue with. He calls them out. But he's not calling them out for just being wrong. He's calling them out for their heart posture, that their heart is far from God. So on the outside, these leaders were religious, they were important, they seemed put together, but on the inside, pride, hypocrisy, and resistance to God. And Jesus doesn't ignore that. He doesn't let that fly, but he confronts it directly, and he calls them out. But then later, as they leave the temple, they head up to the Mount of Olives, which is, Jesus kind of makes a habit of that during this last week specifically. And he's up there and he's sitting around with his disciples, taking some time with them. They start asking him these big questions like, what's going to happen in the future? What are we to expect? And so Jesus sits down and just teaches them about the end times, of what is to come. And not to scare them, but to prepare them. He wants to remind them to stay awake, to stay ready, to stay faithful. So here's the big idea for today. Real faith boldly trusts God that he can do what he says that he's going to do. And real faith stays ready even when things seem uncertain. And something that sticks out to me about this day is that Jesus had so much to do. So many things that he was trying to accomplish, and all the while he has in the back of his mind that he has a couple days before he faces the cross. And yet, he took time to talk with his disciples, to answer their questions, to be with them. He truly loved those guys. Guys, Jesus isn't looking for perfect people. He's looking for people who are real with him, who trust him, and who are ready to follow him wherever he leads. So today, make some time to sit and to talk with him. He's never too busy to hear your voice. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.